Good morning. Uh, I'm going to show you in this today's session a very interesting topic on how I'm using ChatGPT in my day-to-day job. How it is uh, being an it is being a very supportive tool to my day-to-day work, and how I can recommend it to you in case it may assist you as well. Uh, ChatGPT. Let me just introduce everything I'm going to do is I'm going to do in a kind of live. You're gonna see from scratch how I access it, how I use it, and in case of need, I'm going to tell you what I want and how I put it in my request so that ChatGPT can understand what exactly I'm looking for. Let me introduce what do we mean or what I mean by ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? GPT it's chat.gpt. No, without dot. It's ChatGPT. Um, it was developed by this OpenAI. It's an American-based company that develops artificial intelligence tools, and these tools are meant to transform people's living standards or lives. And among the interesting tools they have developed include this chat GPT, and it has gained influence worldwide in recent years. I think it was launched when was chat GPT first released. um, As you see, it was released on November 2022. It's last year. Maybe it is now, I think it's about 7 months old. But this 7 month old, it has gained popularity. It gained so much popularity due to its functionality, advanced functionality. Without further ado, I'm going to access it. When I access it, I just use chat.openai.com slash chat. For a new user, you will be requested to sign up or log in. For someone who has already uh, an account on a free account, I'm using a free account of this chat GPT. You will be asked to 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 register if you are the first user for the first time. But for me, as you see, these are all the chats I've previously interacted with it. For this video, I'm going to show you some examples where this artificial intelligence tool is helping me to accomplish. Most of them I may be aware of. I For ChatGPT to be more fruitful for you, you should be uh, knowing what you exactly want. In case you formulate your request in the wrong terms, ChatGPT will be directing you in the wrong direction. You should be at the level of making ChatGPT understand what you exactly want. In that case, if you make an exact request which hits to your primary intention, ChatGPT will do its best to direct you or to assist you. As you see, uh, first interface for ChatGPT, for me, I don't know if it's common for everyone. It shows me examples in which ChatGPT is used, like explain quantum computing in simple terms. Got any creative idea for a 10-year-old's birthday? Uh, these are examples in which ChatGPT can assist you. How do I make an HTTP request in JavaScript? Capabilities ChatGPT has. It can remember what user said earlier in the conversation. I can ensure you this ChatGPT does it in for sure. It can do it. When I ask ChatGPT, I can ask ChatGPT to give me a sample dataset based on certain criteria, and in after a couple of additional questions, I ask ChatGPT, can you provide me some summary on the dataset you gave me previously? It just says surely. ChatGPT start by giving me some statistical summaries, and it's in a way that is more interactive, like you are interacting with a human. It remembers everything you have been interacting with it in a whole session of a chat, a whole chat session. It allows users to provide follow-up corrections. um, it is also trained to decline inappropriate requests. In case you request ChatGPT to give you request that is beyond its capabilities, or beyond its training model, it appropriately tells you that this is beyond my level of my level of training. This is beyond my level of knowledge. In that way, you can understand why it is not giving you the answer you are looking for. I'm going to break down these terminologies so you can understand what really is the capability of ChatGPT, and start thinking how it can help you in your day-to-day job, as it is being assistive to me in these days. Uh, we can notice that there are limitations to the chat GPT. And they say it may occasionally generate incorrect information. As we know, robots or artificial intelligence, they base on certain uh, level of probability. They in case when you are interacting with artificial intelligence tools, they use they pick a solution among multiple solutions existing. In selecting which is the appropriate solution to give you, they base on certain criteria or percentages. When I ask ChatGPT, where is Rwanda? When I ask ChatGPT, what is Rwanda? To give me a proper solution or the best scenario, uh, it it goes in the whole database, its database, or data source. uh, it find what is the best scenario based on probabilities, or percentage of that question compared to other requests that are in the pool from where the ChatGPT is getting solutions. Uh, in that case, it may give me the solution which is very popular to many, but my request is not that very popular solution I am looking for. In that case, you don't consider all all responses or all replies of ChatGPT to be always accurate. Sometimes it may give you correct responses, but it may also fail to give you what is the exact response. You should be having some additional knowledge to counter verify the responses being given by ChatGPT. If you follow ChatGPT blindly, you can end up by getting misleading information. In that case, ChatGPT can have limitation of generating incorrect information. You should be aware of that and should not be following ChatGPT blindly. It may occasionally produce harmful instructions or biased content. By saying that, ChatGPT, sometimes you can ask ChatGPT and give you the answer basing on on without considering cultural facts, without considering other conditions. It gives you solutions basing on that percentage of how many have requested this Rwanda, and what was the what did they report to be the appropriate response. If many of requests about Rwanda were like Americans were searching for Rwanda, maybe 10 years ago, they were looking for like something interesting that was happening in Rwanda. They were maybe looking for like something interesting that was happening in Rwanda. If you ask about Rwanda, it is going to give you that thing which many have been looking for. But if you are looking for something in your local terms, whereby less than people less than people in your local area are not using internet to provide as many requests as possible for that term to be considered among many terms, you will never get a response for that term you are looking for. In that case, if I am looking for some specific instructions and ChatGPT is not able to provide me with specific term about Rwanda, like when I ask how can I be in Rwanda peacefully, and this question has never been asked has never been asked previously. ChatGPT may not give you a specific response based on Rwanda's case, but it can give you a case about maybe DR Congo. If it gives you case about DR Congo, you may be misleaded. You may be misleaded and end up by getting a harmful instructions or biased content. So, in considering ChatGPT responses, you should be having some additional techniques to verify if the response given by ChatGPT is really deserves to be considered as the proper response. Limited knowledge of world and events after 2021. You should notice, you should be considering that ChatGPT, um, it was trained on the knowledge or data ranging to 2021 and the events before that time. If you are asking like when was World Cup, uh, which team that won World Cup, 20, I don't know 2022. Let me check if it can understand it. Ah, as you can see, ChatGPT is providing the knowledge that were existent uh, uh, during September 2021 and before that time. If you ask ChatGPT the knowledge um, that occurred after that time, ChatGPT will tell you that it does not have the ability to predict the future, or in that the time frame you are asking ChatGPT to provide information. ChatGPT does not have that knowledge because it was trained on the existing knowledge starting before 2021 until September 2021. Uh, Knowing that, you can work with ChatGPT, understanding its capabilities, understanding its limitations, and you can exploit its potentials, knowing what it can do and what it cannot do for you. Let's start our today's session. Uh, Let me ask my ChatGPT to introduce 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 you to me. I want ChatGPT to introduce itself to me. As you see, it starts by greeting me. Greetings. I am ChatGPT, a large language model developed by OpenAI. I'm designed to answer questions, engage in conversation, and provide helpful information on a wide range of topics. I'm trained using a vast amount of text data, which allows me to understand and respond to various questions and requests in a natural language. For those who are doing data science, can understand what is natural language. Is there anything specific you would like to know or talk about? Can you see it is interacting with me like a human being? It introduces itself to me. It tells me how it was created and what is it capable of. It is specialized in a natural language processing, and it ends its introduction by asking me if there is anything specific I would like to know or talk about. Let me let me ask ChatGPT if it knows me. Do you know me? Uh, with what I have been telling you during the introduction of this video, there are things ChatGPT is capable of, and there are some other limitations. When you are interacting with ChatGPT, uh, ChatGPT is not aware of personal information, like tell me what is my account number, where do I live, what do I do, what do I do for a living. Those are like personal information or private information. But ChatGPT cannot access to your private information or your private data or something that is not public. But if you ask, um, uh, like I live in Rwanda, or I want I want to live in Rwanda. I want to live in Rwanda. What what is your what is your recommended what is your recommended area in Rwanda should I live? Where should I live? You see, this question is not containing some personal or specific or private information. It is about public information. If there are any public information about which location in Rwanda should someone live in, it is going to gather all those information and give you the best scenario uh, uh, to its capacity. It says Rwanda is a beautiful country, is many in many with many wonderful places to live. Where you choose to live will depend on your personal preferences and needs. However, here are some popular areas and areas in Rwanda that you might want to consider. Kigali is the capital and largest city in Rwanda, known for its cleanliness, safety, and modern infrastructure. It has many amenities, including restaurant, yeah, blah blah. As you see, the recommended areas for ChatGPT, it says you can live in Kigali, you can live in Musanze, Huye, Rubavu. Those are some of the biggest or recommended cities in Rwanda where you can live. By saying this, so far ChatGPT, the first released this version, um, is are text based, but they cannot give you like pictures. If I ask on where to live in Rwanda, um, you can see for Google search, you can see if you browse coming here, you get some additional pictures showing you where Rwanda is located geographically. But for ChatGPT version 1 is just text, natural language processing. It does not provide like pictures, like videos, like audios. For this version I'm using, it's only text processing. But for new releases of ChatGPT, like GPT-4, I heard that it can also provide more sorts of things like audios or videos. But so far, we are limiting this video to text processing. This is a general question about Rwanda, and this question concludes by ChatGPT tells that the best place for you to live in Rwanda will depend on your personal preferences and lifestyle. I suggest you research and explore these areas further to see which one appeals to you the most. This is a very very astonishing question or response for an artificial intelligence tool. It does not conclude for you. It says, I'm just giving you like a headline information, like something that is not that is not giving you more details. So you should go and search on these places I give you. You should do some more researches and understand what is the preference for area specific and its lifestyle, and I should base my selection on my preference and lifestyle. It does not say you should consider this thing I'm only recommending you some existing areas, recommended areas, but you should do some additional research on before making decision. uh, this is a general question. I want to go some deeper and ask ChatGPT, like someone who is in a specific professional. Um, Let me ask like a statistician. Um, can you um, can you prepare me for an interview? An interview for typical typical statistician position. Let's see what it can give us. Of course, as you see, ChatGPT, uh, it works very fast. It gives you many questions in just a very short time. It can prepare you when you want to to go for interview for a specific position. It can give you a quick summary of what you should be looking into, or what you should be expecting on that position, like which question they might ask you, which which um, which things you should consider the most, but without forgetting that it gives you um, some general topics, or something that you need to do further research on yourself. As you see, it gives me response saying that here are some potential questions you may encounter in an interview of a typical statistician position, along with some guidance on how to answer them. What experience do you have with data analysis and statistical modeling? I'm not going to read everything. How do you ensure data accuracy and integrity? What are your strongest statistical skills? Can you explain a statistical concept and analysis to a non-technical audience? Um, how do you stay up to date with the latest statistical method and software? These are some general general questions. Let me go deeper. Ask it, ChatGPT. Um, just give me some advanced technical questions about on the position, on the statistician position. I am telling ChatGPT that it has given me some general topics, or less technical topics, and I want it to be more technical in giving me responses. It says, sure, here are some advanced technical questions that you might encounter in a statistician interview. What are the assumptions of linear regression? This is a technical question. You should be, if you go for interview for a statistician, for a statistical position, you should be aware of assumptions of linear regression. How do you test these assumptions, and what do you do if they are violated? In this question, I can derive many sub questions. It asks me what are the assumptions of linear regressions. I can go ahead and ask it what are the assumptions of linear regression. I assume I don't know anything about it. Let's assume I want to learn from ChatGPT. I ask it some advanced technical questions. It gives me those technical advanced technical questions, and from those technical questions, I ask it for the second time, tell me about assumptions of linear regression. Let's see what it gives. Linear regression is a statistical. Let me wait for it to complete the reply. It says linear regression is a statistical method that that models the relationship between a dependent variable and one or more independent variable. This is a good introduction. The assumptions of linear regression are the underlying conditions that must be met for the model to be accurate and reliable. The main assumptions of linear regression: there should be linearity, independence, homoscedasticity, normality, no multicollinearity. And by concluding, it says to ensure that these assumptions are met, statisticians will often perform diagnostic tests such as residual plots to assess the linearity, independence, homoscedasticity, and normality of the errors. If any of these assumptions are violated, adjustments may need to be made to the model or the data before the linear regression can be used for analysis. This is a good example of like technical questions. ChatGPT can help you to understand from beginner level. It can also go beyond to give you some advanced technique. Just giving you explanation on some topics you may not be aware of, or some topics you want to improve your knowledge on. How do you choose the appropriate statistical test for a given data set? And question, let me ask again this question on ChatGPT and see what it can give me about how to choose how to choose appropriate statistical test for a given data set and a search question. Here are the response. Choosing the appropriate statistical test for a given dataset or research question is an important part of. In fact, I'm not going in details by understanding or cross-checking the response of ChatGPT, but as you go through as you interact with ChatGPT, you need to make sure what you are getting from ChatGPT is reliable and is also precise to what you are looking for. I maybe let me ask ChatGPT, um, who is the president of Rwanda? Let me see. This is a general a general question. It says the current president of Rwanda is Paul Kagame, which is correct. He has been in office since 2000 and was re-elected for fourth term in August 2017. Prior to becoming president, Kagame was the leader of the Rwanda Patriotic Front and played a key role in bringing an end to the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. This is where it occurs. This is where I have been emphasizing. You should not always trust the response for ChatGPT to be 100% accurate. In saying that Kagame's Rwanda Patriotic Front played a key role in bringing an end to the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, commonly this is an error which is very strong for those who understand Rwandan's context. We don't say 1994 genocide in Rwanda. We say 1994 genocide against Tutsi. So if you are like conducting your research and you write in your text genocide in Rwanda, 1994 genocide in Rwanda, you are creating like controversial statement, and this is punishable. This is also punishable. It is not 1994 genocide in Rwanda, it's 1994 genocide against Tutsi in Rwanda. And in that case, before confirming or considering ChatGPT question or response to you, you should be considering different contexts. You should be understanding that ChatGPT can direct you, can guide you, can give you general terms, but you should be at the level of confirming the authenticity of the response being given by ChatGPT. Let me ask another question. Who is the or let me ask a technical question about statistics. Can you give me dataset sample for use in HR related research? Let me ask it. I want a dataset sample to be used in like HR research. I'm conducting a research in the HR department, and I want to have my head around what does HR related dataset look like. And here comes the response by ChatGPT. As you see, ChatGPT is quick, and in just a few seconds you get a whole data set, though it is just a simple data set. It gives me here is an example data set that could be used for HR related research. The data set contains information on employee performed employee performance and demographics for a sample of 100 employees at a company. Various variable description. I have employee ID, gender, age, department, year of experience, educational level, performance rating. This is a typical example of dataset being used in HR department. Let me go deeper and ask that dataset is not sufficient. Give me a dataset with at least 40 laws, 40 observations. If I say observation, it's like number of individuals that should be on that data set. 40 observations. Let's see what ChatGPT has for us. It repeats. You see, ChatGPT has changed the data set. The dataset columns, the columns of dataset it has given me previously is employee ID, gender, age, department, but for the next questions it gives me employee ID, jobs satisfaction, salary, education level. It has changed the structure. Let me ask it to stick. You should stick on the previous shared dataset. Let me say I don't know if it understand what I want to ask it. I apologize. Can you see? As you see my interaction with ChatGPT, firstly it gave me a dataset including employee ID, gender, age, department, year of experience, education level, and performance. I see this dataset to be relevant to what I'm looking for, but I want it to increase. You see, it has given me 5 observation individuals. These are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want more of these. I want at least 40 individuals. And when I ask ChatGPT to give me a dataset with at least 40 observation, it changes the dataset template. In that case, I get confused. I was wanting I was in need of this type of dataset. But with increased number of observation. But for ChatGPT, it has changed the format. It has changed the dataset it gave me previously. It changed by adding job satisfaction, salary, and education level. Because I did not specify in my question, to stick on the previous template it gave me. So it felt like I'm starting over. If I am not specifying that I want to proceed from the previous response, it can think that the previous response was not satisfying. So the ChatGPT preferred to change the format. So to keep ChatGPT in the line which I want, I added another question saying you should stick on the previous shared dataset template. Though it is not a question, it's like directing ChatGPT not to go outside the previous shared dataset format. So it apologized. I apologized for the confusion area. Here is an updated example of dataset template that meets your requirements for at least 40 observations. You see, ChatGPT, as you interact with your ChatGPT interface, it it interact with you like a human being. Sorry, I gave you a confusing response. Here is an updated response. Sorry, as you interact with it, it gives you a sense of a sense of uh, getting like, I don't know what to say, but ChatGPT is an advanced tool to interact you like you are talking with a human being. Does not give you nonsense content. In case it gives you what you are not looking for, it apologizes. It apologizes, telling you, I'm sorry, I did this wrong. Let me give you an updated content. This is a good thing to consider and um, to be appreciated. As you see, my table has been updated with additional rows. Unfortunately, the number of observation did not reach the expected number of observation to me. Probably it says this data could be used to explore a variety of research questions. Let me ask ChatGPT, why did you not attend the 40 laws of the provided dataset of the previous provided dataset? Um, Let me see the response. I provide confusion. If you have any further question or concern, please don't hesitate to let me know. I want it. It is asking me. However, I understand that you were looking for a dataset with at least 4 observations, so I provide an updated example that meets that requirement. In this case, probably ChatGPT does not understand what I'm telling it. I want a dataset having at least 40 individuals. As you see, let me see, these are 10 individuals, but I want 40 individuals. I want dataset with 40 individuals. Probably it is not getting what I want. It is not understanding what I want I want as a response. 40 individuals in HR department, in in HR, an HR dataset. Individuals, let me precise and say staff. Let me see what it has for me. Let me check. I apologize for the confusion. Here is an example of dataset of 40 employees. You see, probably it has not understand. Previously, it did not understand clearly what I am looking for. In statistic, we can use observation like an individual or an input and one point. As you see, it has at least updated and increased the number of observation. You see, previously it has given me 10 observations, but for this case, it has updated. I am getting more than 22. You see, it stopped on 23rd stuff. These are like some limitation. I don't know if it's because I'm using a free account, but it has um, it has stopped by here. Uh, Let me ask it. Why did you stop on 23rd stuff? You see, I am interacting like a human being individual. I say you stopped midway. Why? It apologize and give me an updated list. Um, this is how ChatGPT is nailing it. It does not keep you bored. Does not get. You see, again it stops at 23rd row. I don't know why. Maybe the probably it's a limitation. It may be another limitation, but let me go further and ask it. Can you provide me with statistical 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 summary on this provided data set? I want to have a summary on the dataset provided. You see, it is giving me a summary of statistical a statistical summary of the data it has given me. It says variable summary statistics on employee ID. There is a mean. This is a meaningless mean because you cannot compute mean on employee ID. Employee ID, those are numbers as assigned to individuals, but those numbers are meaningless. It's like if I have one, I can also be given A B C D. You cannot compute mean of A B C D. Those are not um, numbers for those are not similar, like having age, like having points for marks. It is numbers like nominal categories, or like categorical numbers. But for ChatGPT, it has computed the mean. It's not very bad. It gives in the maximum and minimum. You see the limitation of ChatGPT in its capability. It understands that it gave me 40 rows of stuff, but for me I got 23 rows of stuff in that report. But it gives me the minimum is 1, maximum is 40. Probably it's a kind of limitation. I can let the developers of ChatGPT say I can rate it bad, this is harmful, this isn't true. Let me provide feedback to the developers. I was in need of 40 observation dataset, but it stopped midway. I don't know if it is said in this case, in this way, midway on 23rd law. Blah blah blah. I don't know. Okay, let's proceed let's proceed. I want to 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 switch this question. This is a single session with me interacting with ChatGPT. Let me go beyond statistics. I want to go for the. I am a user. I am uh, another programming language user. Language user. I want to interact with um, with ChatGPT regarding the code of R. Let me ask ChatGPT. Mm, okay, let me go to this. I want this is a private file, but what I want here, um, I want to ask ChatGPT. I'm sorry. Um, sorry. Let me ask ChatGPT to do like text extraction. I want to ChatGPT to extract like excuse me. Let me use like I wanted to use like 5 dot the file dot Rwanda dot dataset. uh, I have like a text like this. Can you extract extract birasa in the following text, in the following text. uh, Sorry, my question is not is somehow confusing. I want I want ChatGPT to give me code to extract Virasa in the following text using ARA. I want ARA code using ARA. Um, as you see, I am another user. ARA is a statistical programming language, and that ARA I want which code to use to extract this text, this one, this text. I want to extract it for those who are using programming language or are dealing like with text data processing. Extracting a text can be somehow challenging. In this case, I may not have a sufficient knowledge how to extract this subtext or substring. I want our ChatGPT to suggest a code I can use, a code like another code I can use to extract this text this text from this string. So as you see, it assigned my text, the provided text, to the text. Then it gives me a pattern. A pattern, for those who are aware of how to extract text from who are dealing with text processing, you understand what is pattern. Pattern, it's like, I don't know how to say in simple terms. It's like how mm, uh, how to make computer understand what are you looking at. without specifying that word. As you see, these are, it's like a little bit, if you, for someone who is not familiar with the text analysis or text data cleaning, you may say it as confusing texts, but these characters are used to extract only this birasa from this whole text. If I have a text like this and I want computer to extract this birasa from this whole text, I can use this pattern and use birasa leg matches uh, from by using regex PR pattern text per. But for me, I am interested by using like tidyverse. Kindly use tidyverse. Use tidyverse, yeah, tidyverse ecosystem. These are technical terms. If you are not aware of tidyverse, I can recommend you tidyverse. Tidyverse can be searched like this cheat sheet. These are terminologies used in data science, and analytics. These are um, data wrangling is deployed. These are packages used in R programming. This is not my interest, but what I want here is how efficient can ChatGPT recommend me to do things on my own by providing just a code that are ready to be used. Let me use like this one. I want to use this one. Let me check exactly. This is I have a text like this. It gives me a pattern to be used and text to be extracted, assigned as virasa, and I get this virasa. As you see, ChatGPT um, is very supportive for those who are doing programming. It can help you to get your head around on your project. It can help you to get some code that you may be in need of, some code, basic code or advanced code. This ChatGPT is a good friend to you if you are doing science things or things like programming. It can help you to get your head around. You can ask things many different topics, and it can help you um, from technical terms, technical fields, general topics, anything you may think of. This tool is a good friend of you. You can uh, get into using it and assess how it can be so much supportive to you. If it gives you a response you are not you are not satisfied with, you can click here to regenerate response. If I click here to regenerate response, sorry, it gives me another response. Yeah, it gives me another response. Let me check that response and see what it gives me. I can use this. You see, this is another pattern which is a little bit let me see if it is a little bit different from what I have. No, it's something similar to what I have gotten before. This is something similar. It just replace pattern from here with this one. For those who are familiar with ARA, nothing special has changed. Let me regenerate the response. I want to regenerate the response and see if there is any other alternative. Let me check. At least this is another alternative by using string remove. String remove, for those who are using ARA, can understand what is being given. Um, at least this is another alternative. Uh, in summary, ChatGPT is a good tool to be explored, to be to be um, to be used on our daily work. For those who are working, who are involved in technical field, or it can also be used for general purpose, general purpose or in general purpose searching, like issues related to geography, biology, chemistry. But this version I am presenting to you, it's just for natural language processing. It does not involve other things, additional things like multimedia or any other sort of thing apart from text processing. And this is a good tool to be explored. Let me stop by here and say thank you for reaching out to me. In case you think there is any additional things to explore, to be explored for you, you can just go ahead in the comment of this video. And you, just in case you have not subscribed to this channel, you can just subscribe and like for future interesting topics like this one. And your comment is most valued. Let me conclude by saying to the ChatGPT, thank you for 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 your good work, for your good work. Okay, it says you are welcome. I'm glad I could help. Don't hesitate to ask if you have any more questions and need further assistance. Thank you and goodbye. Huh, do we say goodbye like this? Yes, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Have a great day. This is a good tool. Okay, let's stop by here.